If this is approved to remove Nick from the standing room committee. Okay, unanimously approved. And moving on to Public Safety Committee, we need to appoint a chair. We have a resignation from Michelle. Sorry. Angela, are you interested in being the chair for the Public Safety Committee?
Please say yes.
Is there anyone else interested first? I just had some new responsibilities added to the work.
Is there anybody else interested in the Public Safety Committee?
I have time.
How many committees are you chairing?
Just one.
Just the balance?
On the sports and rec.
You're not the chair though. Okay. Angela?
How many committee members are there currently in public safety?
Just, actually, you're the only member right now.
I can be a member, but I don't want to
Okay.
be.
Okay, I can't appoint members right now because it's not on the agenda, but, Victor?
But can he have a meeting or just?
No.
Oh,
No.
wait, correction, wait a minute, I am a member still. I never resigned from being on public safety.
Okay.
So I'm
Okay. Okay, so Victor, we're gonna appoint you as the chair, and you can meet with just you and Angela. On the next agenda, we'll get you a new member. If you have a stakeholder interested, you can meet before it with you and Angela, there's quorum.
Javier Estrada not a member anymore?
Javier.
Javier
Oh,
Estrada.
Javier.
He's not responding. Oh, he's not responding. But he has been to the meetings. He's attended the meetings.
Okay. Right now, we're appointing Victor as the chair. Can I get a show of hands to approve this? Unanimously approved. Victor, you're not approving? You are, right? Okay. He's not voting for himself. Membership and Outreach Committee, Sasha is being removed from the committee. And we are asking, we're appointing a new member, stakeholder, Rocio Santa Cruz.
Madam President, actually, Rocio Santa Cruz could not be here. She did text us letting us know that she couldn't be here, but we do have another person in mind.
That she couldn't be here tonight, or that she's not going to be on the committee?
Yes, that she cannot be on the committee, and we do apologize for that. It was a last minute while we were at the meeting. But a good thing is that happens at meetings that you talk, and we found out that our committee member Jenny Guerrero would like to be in it on that committee.
I have a question on that.
Okay, this is Membership and Outreach Committee.
Is there a conflict of interest because she works for the councilman?
We asked Councilman Member Jose Wizard if it was okay for her to be on the committee, and he said yes.
Yeah, but is there a conflict of interest with us?
City attorney has said no problem with
I
that.
don't see it as a conflict of
That's
interest.
it then. You got
And
it.
it would be up to them to
Yeah.
check with the state attorney.
City attorney said it's okay, it's okay.
Okay, we're gonna remove Sasha Perez and appoint Jenny Guerrero onto the Membership and Outreach Committee. Can I get a show of hands for approval on this?
Could be a better person.
Victor, you're not voting?
You're not voting?
Abstaining or opposing?
Yes.
Okay. Angela, are you opposing? Yoli? Okay. Okay, 11-0-1.
Are we voting yes or no? What are you asking for?
We're ratifying.
Oh, okay.
So as long as it's majority, so that passes. It's ratified.
So who's a no?
Victor. Ad hoc inventory committee, I need to remove a couple members for the same reason, which Capricia noted earlier as far as too many directors being on there, and they didn't show up, didn't come to the meeting, or they may have, but Augie, you're being removed from that committee. Sorry. June, I'm going to remove you from that committee now that you're chairing two committees. And Mr. Chavez.
Why?
Because we have too many directors on there.
Oh,
I'm sorry. But please attend the meeting and make sure that the ham radios are covered. I know you'll be there. Yeah. Okay. And show of hands to ratify that, please.
Can I make a suggestion? Can I keep June?
Instead of who?
Me, June, and Cynthia? With the ad hoc inventory account?
So you want to remove Gama,
And Ruben and Victor. And
Augie.
And I want to keep June and Cynthia. I want to keep them too.
You're okay?
I want them too. We work very well. Dama does too, but I think.
I approve.
But they did good. They were there helping me. I like the way Victor works and the way Cynthia works.
Okay, great. So we're removing Augie, we're removing Ruben, and we're removing Gama.
Thank you.
Show of hands to ratify that. The new committee is Michelle, Cynthia, and June.
You're against?
He's against it. It's nothing against you. Okay, moving on. Discussion and possible action.
A point of inquiry
On what?
in regards to committees, just in general. Is that okay?
No, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, if you have a question, ask us after. Discussion and possible action, appointment of 2 board members to attend the Civic University to be held on April 2nd, April 8th, and April 15th, 2015, from 6 to 9 p.m. at the Ron Deaton Auditorium over at the Police Administration Building. Preferred was 1 male and 1 female, but nobody responded, so the appointees must be ratified by the board. I am appointing the 2 people who did express interest, Capricia Reyesio and Angela Duarte, to attend the university. Sasha's also attending for Cal State Alley, got you on there, so that's really great that 3 of you get to go.
Right, that's correct. So, so what we've learned, I wish I had known this before, what we've learned is that this requirement was part of the mayor's kind of efforts to ensure gender equity, because actually women are far underrepresented in a lot of governmental roles, including on neighborhood councils, and only 38% of neighborhood councils are women. So we got a pass for 2 women, is what I'm saying.
Okay, so we're,
Well, 3.
okay, so we are in compliance then. If you just make note that Sasha's also going to be attending, but she's attending on the university, so. Okay.
Okay, if there was a male that wanted to attend, instead of me, I'll be happy to attend. I requested that my name is thrown in the hat. But if there was a man who wanted to attend, I would like to give you an opportunity to go. So I know that's Gama and Augie and Victor and Mr. Chavez. So if any of you guys really wanted to go, take my spot. I'll be.
You have to attend all 3 nights, and it starts tomorrow. It starts tomorrow, and it's over in downtown across from City Hall, 6 to 9.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
have to attend all 3 nights, and I
Yeah.
think there's like a homework little project, so that's why you have to go each night. So it's kind of a commitment, you know.
Gama,
But we're gonna do it every year, so you should have another opportunity.
can't do it? Okay, so we don't have any men on our board that are able to go. So the nominees are Capricia and Angela. This needs to be ratified. Can I see a show of hands for approval? 12, all unanimously approved. Thank you, and you guys, you'll start tomorrow. And did you get the email? Oh, you both got the email, the details of parking and everything's in there. Okay, now we're moving on to some important stuff that we need to get through for the Kite Festival. Discussion and possible action. The motion is that Alley 32NC approve the reallocation of the following funds from the fiscal year 14-15 budget. I'm gonna let Michelle go ahead and explain.
The line item is 15 of them. And
No, the allocation.
oh, I'm sorry, I was on outreach mode. Sorry, Delma.
It's okay.
It's because I thought we were doing first funding, so we can justify why we're reallocating.
They said it don't matter.
Oh, okay. So if you guys look at the copies that I provided for you guys will see the motion made by Budget and Finance. It specifically details where we're moving, reallocating from category 300, which is the community improvements. We're reallocating 12,000 into the category 200, which is outreach. And it's 14,000 total after we reallocate. I don't have the specific balance to outreach 200 category. We have emailed the funding department, our rep is Janet, and we are still waiting for her to send us the balance. She was going to give us a balance for each category, so we know exactly where we're at. So she did send something? No, I haven't even looked. Did she send something at 4:30? Because I haven't looked, I was busy doing balloons at that time, sorry. But I know that she is in the works of getting us that, and we try to get it before, so I can print it and project it and give it to you guys, so you guys can see that. Let me get to that here so the public can see where I'm at. So, and then we're moving from also category 300, which is the community improvements, 1,700 into the category 100, which is operations. And then that would be a total of 1,900. And then we're moving from category 400, which is the neighborhood purpose grants, 5,000 into the 100 category operations, which would be then 6,900. And the reason why we did that would be for the next item on the agenda on why we moved that amount into that big, huge amount into the outreach event. And there's a reason why we did it, but we'll get to that on the next item. You do have a copy of what the budget was approved on July 14th, 2014, and then what it looks like after the reallocation, and I've highlighted the lines so you guys know which ones they were. And I'm also projecting them so the public can view them. We moved some of the amount into the equipment and office supplies because we are still waiting to have those laptops and ink printers and so forth that we voted on for the month of February. So that's why we had to reallocate some into that category, which is category 100 operations. That's it.
Madam President, I'd like to make that motion that the LA 32NC approves the reallocation of the following funds from the fiscal year 14-15 budget. That, and the three categories there.
Second.
Okay, the motion's been moved by Gama and seconded by Ruben. We're gonna open up the floor to public comment. Is there any discussion on this from the public? Anthony?
Good evening, Anthony Manzano speaking for this item regarding the reallocation of budget fund. Basically what you guys should do is try to spend the money before we give it back. Makes sense. Do it. But don't put it all into one event. Between now and May, which is only 1 month away, you guys can find something to do. I mean, yes, there's probably, looks like maybe barely $1,000 left in community improvements, category 300. Do a cleanup. Host a community event. Maybe the beautification committee can go do something. Maybe the sports and recreation committee can go do something. But just to say, hey, we got all this money, let's spend it now, without thinking about it, you really have to think about it because there's some extra money there that you could use usefully in the community. I could think of 2 projects right now in my community, but oddly enough, you guys are on exhaustive efforts and I don't have time to make a presentation and vote on it tonight. So you'll be hearing from me. Thank you.
Thank you. Anybody else? Amber?
So I think that, that's a good idea. If you could be creative and identify something where you can spend the money. However, the caveat is that just be mindful of the time, right? The challenge that you're up against right now as far as the end of the fiscal year is the time that it takes to both plan the event and also get all the funding approvals taken care of. So that's why, if you know this is going to be a big event, that you're going to have an opportunity to have a lot of contact with the community, invest in it. And if you can find some other things, do so. But do be aware that, 2 months goes by quickly, right? I mean, it's April, and you're going to be up against the fiscal year end deadline quickly. So it's going to be not impossible, but definitely a challenge to identify and prepare another event. But I just wanted to kind of let you know, because typically, unfortunately, with the new events approval process, we've had, I'm just being honest, we've had terrible backlogs, we've had 3-week waiting times for, approvals to even do the event. So that's hopefully not typical and hopefully won't continue, but it is what it is right now. So we just have to be mindful of the back planning that it takes to get an event.
I'm sorry, I have a quick question. I know the fiscal year ends June 30th, but When does any request, the spending has to be done by when, May?
No, you know what, honestly, I gotta look through my emails. We sent out, well, our department put it in the blog and in the newsletter, and then I also, resent it, in the email reminders that I forwarded a couple weeks ago with the dates of, the last date you could spend funds and the last date, et cetera. And there was a date in there, the last date that you could submit a funding request. I don't remember the date offhand. I want to say it was a month before the end of the fiscal. So the good thing about the checking accounts is you're going to be able to spend down to the very end, but the requests have to be submitted sooner than that. And for the events, it's way sooner. So that's the issue.
Okay, great, thank you. So we're gonna go ahead and close the floor to public comment and start with the board discussion. If there's anyone on their side that has a question, go ahead, Sasha.
Okay, so I just wanna, to like make sure and I guess clarify for like the stakeholders too, since the question came up. But, moving these funds, like there's still funding like left over, correct?